Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Jamie, aka Razalaz J. I am here barefaced and I figured if I can, while my battery is still kind of alive, I'm at 43 right now with my camera, I figured I would do like a little chit chat get ready with me. But both of these palettes were actually from my coworker Cheetah to let me borrow these palettes and let me try them out for myself because I've never used this brand before. I've never bought anything from this brand as well, so this might change my mind. I'm about to use the Masquerade palette today, and this is what it looks like in the inside. I'm not sure what kind of look I'm going for today, and I'm also going to use my Morphe 35B because there are some colors that are not in here that I do want to incorporate in my look today. Just to let you guys know, this is going to be a pretty lengthy chit chat get ready with me. If you don't feel like listening to me ramble, please feel free to skip ahead. Keep on watching. I have no idea what kind of look I'm going to do, so we gonna see together. Again, please like and subscribe if you're interested in watching me do my face. So it's gonna go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start off with the Morphe 35B palette. There are neutrals in there, but I'm really interested in playing with those colors. I really want to see how those kind of colors like come off on the lid. My sister did swatch a few. I haven't been able to swatch a few, and she said that it wasn't as pigmented like when she swatched it on her arm than how it looks like in the actual palette. So I kind of want to test those colors out, and I'm not sure if I'm going to work with the blues or the purples, but I know that I want to start off with Morphe's 35B, and I'm going to start off with this really pretty yellow color in the corner. I might even mix a little bit of that orange, but I want to start off with the yellow base, and I'm going to go crazy with it. I'm going to start off with a very fluffy brush. I wanted to talk about, I ordered some brushes from Morphe's website, and I got them, and I ordered the Incredibles from Morphe, and I got them, and they were just not in the best condition that I thought that they would be in, because it's Morphe. Like, I thought they would just be a little bit better, if that makes sense. But I ordered their Incredibles eye set, and it came with like a couple of blending brushes, some flat brushes, an eyebrow brush, with a spoolie at the end. And I was really excited to purchase this. When I got it, like some of the bristles were already coming off. Another thing that I was really upset about was that one of my brushes, like the bristles were like stuck together, and I couldn't take it out, ruining the brush. So I did ended up like just taking off whatever was stuck to my brush, and it ended up ruining my brush. Not so bad, which I'm happy about, but it did ruin it just a little. I'm actually gonna go ahead and go in with this orange shade. Using the same motions, circular and wind wiper motions, I'm focusing in my crease and slightly above my crease. I'm also going to be rambling about Morphe brushes and the brush set that I had purchased. Please don't mind me. Morphe is very affordable, which is why I like to order from them. But I guess it's because I don't order from like their luxury sets. I order more so like their regular sets, like regular small sets that are a little bit cheaper and a little bit more affordable for me. And those just aren't great in quality, so I guess that's something you really have to think about when it comes to Morphe. Alright, so now I'm gonna take this very pretty, almost like magenta shade, like plum magenta shade, and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner of my eye. It's called Zobo. Morphe, this is in my Morphe set, it doesn't have a number, but more of a defined brush where it has a pointed tip. I'm gonna pick that up. So I'm gonna put this in the outer corner. Again, I don't really know like what kind of look I'm going for right now. I'm just kind of putting stuff together. So I always like to keep the brush that I initially used when I used the yellow and the orange, like on the side, because I like to go back to that brush often, just to go back and blend. So make sure everything is blended. Sometimes I like to dip back into the original colors that I used and just kind of go back in, because sometimes there's like extra colors on there. So like I was talking about, I love to have an extra clean brush just to kind of go back in and blend everything out and make sure there are no harsh edges. Go in with this darker purple shade, which is right next to the magenta shade. It looks like it's almost like a velvety shade, so I don't know how it's gonna pick up on the outer corner. I'm gonna see if I'm using more, and this also came in the Morphe Eye Credible set. I'm using a very defined brush. And then, like I said, always keeping that initial brush. I'm gonna keep the brush that I use the magenta with on the side, so I can go back in and kind of blend it out. And with this brush, with the magenta color, taking a little bit and then blending it out. And then constantly kind of just building it up. I'm gonna be honest, it was a little bit harder to blend this specific eyeshadow on the outer corners. So later on you'll see I switch back to the Morphe eyeshadow palette. So at this point, I just want to make sure everything is blended. I'm taking my initial brush that I used, the black fluffy brush, blending brush, and I'm going to go back in with the yellow and orange, kind of mixing them together and just blending everything out to make sure there are no harsh edges above my crease. So the concealer that I'm going to be using to kind of cut my crease is the Tarte Shape Tape. If you've never cut your crease before, start off very slow and with a little amount of product if you decide to use this concealer, because it's very, very pigmented and it's very easy to mess up this part. I like to start off in my inner corner and kind of carve out, going towards the outer corner of my eye. It can be a little bit harder if you don't have a nice stiff brush. I prefer something that's more stiff rather than something that's a little bit fluffier, so it's easier to carve out the crease. And I'm setting my concealer. Make sure it's all like even, if that makes sense. After you've carved your crease out, you want to make sure you set your concealer with a powder. Now I'm going back into the Masquerade palette with the magenta shade, going in and blending out into my crease and also the outer corner. It's really important because we want to make sure that there are no harsh edges. If you notice at this point, I'm keeping the purple right in the outer corner or the outer V. I'm not bringing it too high up to my crease. I don't want to bring it all the way up to the pink or the yellow. I just want to keep it very defined in the outer corner. I may have to take my Morphe palette. As I mentioned before, I'm going back in with my Morphe 35B palette with a domed crease brush. I want to take Zola. The Zola is this like really pretty blue color, and I'm gonna put that right on my lid. I'm just gonna do it. Or should I take Dahlia? It's the blue color. I kind of want to do both. Here I'm using my Morphe brush that came in the Eye Credible set that I was talking about in the video. I realized that it's not really working for me. As you can see, the pigment is not coming off from the brush. This may be because the brush hairs are from a goat. So after I sprayed Max Fix Plus on my brush, the pigment showed up so much better. And it just looks really, really good. My camera shut off, so that's why I think it was overheating. But what I'm gonna do while my camera recharges and just calms down, I'm gonna blend out in the outer corner, do liner, and then apply some lashes, and then we will be back. I am going to try finally the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation, and if I can just open it, we can get started. My finger, because it's a squeezy bottle. Even though this is full coverage, I'm very skeptical about full coverage, and I got it in the color medium beige. The other colors just seemed really light, and if you need the number, it's number 6. So this is what the foundation looks like. I'll give my final thoughts in the end. Coverage, I guess, is not bad. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's a matte finish though. Not gonna lie. Now I'm just applying the matte but not flat NYX powder in the color Warm Beige. I really like this concealer. But I have, my winter shade, I have the light sand. But light sand right now is just way too light, and I just don't want a concealer that's like super light. So I want to try the light medium. And it seemed like a really good match, like it looked really good. I'm using Cover FX, and honestly at first I didn't like this powder, but it started to grow on me as I used a lot more of it. I realized that you have to use a good amount of this powder to really get the good effects from it. Like, you can't just use a little bit of it, you have to use a good amount in order to prevent from the creasing. What's really cool about this is it has a top, so it won't be too powdery at the top, which I really like. Alright, so now I'm gonna go on with the contour, the Wet n Wild contour. Some good thoughts about this contour is it works really well for my skin tone, and it's just one color, which I'm really happy about. Kat Von D is, I believe, $49 for her contour kit, and you have some crazy amount of colors in there that you really don't need, in my opinion. As always, I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer. This is an amazing bronzer for light to medium skin tones. It doesn't come off orange at all. I'm going to take my Balm Cosmetics blush, and I'm going to apply this on the apples of my cheeks. This is like a very matte blush, but I just love the way it looks on the face. Hey guys, we are back. This is the final look. I have changed. I didn't really do my hair because I'm too lazy, but this is the final look that I have on my eyes. It's very pretty. It's totally out of my comfort zone. It's totally out of the blue. Like, talk a little bit about some of the products that I used today. So just to kind of like wrap up what I did once we did stop with the video because my battery was running low, is I did take the color, let me grab it, Magenta, which is this purple color right here, and I just sprayed on a very small defined brush, this one right here, and I got this from a Morphe brush set, the Eye Credible set, so it doesn't have a number, but I just sprayed it with Max Fix Plus and then literally just went in with the shadow. So this palette is very pretty. I like the matte shades. So I did use the Saharan palette in one of my other videos, and I just kind of, since I've been able to play around with them, I kind of want to do reviews, like a quick review on this brand. So the matte shades are very easy to use, very blendable, very pretty. I just, at the time, like, I didn't realize that I should use Max Fix Plus for the shadows when I first initially did my tutorial on this palette. I also want to say that when I initially did the tutorial, I tried to do Magenta on the outer corner, and that's almost like it's not really satin, it's almost it has more of like a velvety feel to it, and I tried to use it on a detailed brush on the outer corner, and that just didn't work out well. I had to go back in with my Morphe 35B to kind of really blend it out. So that's that. My thoughts honestly on these palettes are, they're great, and they're pretty great for like the price that you get, because I think they're always on sale on their website. The color choices in here are beautiful. I know I did use a separate palette, but either way, like by itself, this palette is just so beautiful. I do want to buy this palette now after using it. And again, thank you so much to Cheetah. Thank you, girl, for letting me borrow this palette and letting me play with it and letting me like try it out, because I really do like it. Like, I know I haven't really worn the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation for the whole day, but I did really like the color on me. I think I chose a good color for myself. I will see. We'll see how it wears. But I do like the initial application of this foundation on my face didn't feel matte like whatsoever. I think it's because it is water-based, but it did give me pretty decent coverage. Like, I only did one layer and my face is pretty covered. Not gonna lie, it's pretty covered, and I wasn't really expecting that. So far I like this foundation. Let's see how it wears throughout the day. I also bought one other thing that I wanted to talk about really quickly, which is the Essence Lash and Brow Gel. Eyebrow hairs will like come down and it just makes my brows look really weird. So I wanted to get like a dupe from Anastasia's brow gel, because I really like that brow gel, but I just kind of don't want to buy it. The Anastasia one just feels kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like drier, and I just feel like it dries a lot faster for sure. This takes a while for it to dry, and I'm not sure if it really is going to make my brows stay in place. This is something that I have to like really continue to try and try. Same with this foundation, to see how they really wear. But my initial first impressions, I liked them. I liked them a lot. I really like the way it turned out. This is definitely something that I've never tried before, but I'm really liking like the yellow orangish pink like transition shade, and then like bam, pops of colors like on the lid. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this look on my eyes. Yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I see you soon. Please like and subscribe.